Would you want your children or loved ones to die from a preventable disease? There are so many diseases that can easily be prevented and have been eradicated from history. You may ask how this is possible. Well, researchers throughout history have learned how to develop vaccines. Most people don't understand what vaccines are. I've used the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, the World Health Organization, WHO, and other scientific sources to educate people on why they should be vaccinated. Vaccination has more benefits than most people understand. First, let's start with what vaccines are and how they are made. According to the CDC, every living person needs vaccines throughout their lives to help protect against serious diseases. Outbreaks of diseases prevented by vaccines still occur. In this map generated in 2014, this shows outbreaks of measles and pertussis, or whooping cough. The red dots are the measles, the blue dots are whooping cough. Scientific and government associations work very hard to ensure that vaccines are safe. Vaccination gives people the power to protect future generations. I learned from PKids how vaccines are made and why they work. Vaccines are made by taking a virus or bacteria and weakening them so that they can't reproduce. When a child is given a vaccine, they develop an immunity to that disease. For example, the flu vaccine. A person is injected with a small amount of the weakened flu virus. Their immune system responds and produces antibodies, as you can see in this image, preventing them from getting the flu. The immune response from some vaccines may decrease over time, so injections known as boosters are given to restore that immune response. Scientific research has proved that the benefits of vaccination far outweigh the risk. Kaiser Permanente states that throughout history, vaccines have saved more lives than any other medical application, including antibiotics and surgery. But there are many common misconceptions regarding vaccines. The WHO lists common misconceptions about immunization. A misconception found frequently in anti-vax literature is that most people who get a disease have been vaccinated. While for unknown reasons some people that receive vaccines do not develop immunity, 85 to 95% of those vaccinated do develop immunity and never get sick. There are many people that believe there are hot lots, which are lots of contaminated vaccines that have been associated with more negative events and deaths. This misconception often receives the most publicity. This is misleading because vaccine lots are all different and certain manufacturers have been operating longer than others, so it's reasonable to assume that there are going to be more reports of negative effects. One of the most widely believed and most dangerous misconceptions is that vaccines cause more harmful effects than they do provide benefits. This belief cannot be more incorrect. Vaccines are very safe. Most side effects are temporary and mild, such as sore arm or mild fever. These minor side effects can often be controlled with over-the-counter medications such as aspirin. Another dangerous belief is that the diseases have been eliminated from my area, so there's no need to be vaccinated. Without continuing to vaccinate children, the few cases of a disease that remain in an area have an opportunity to explode throughout the population again. So many people believe the false information that vaccines cause autism. According to the CDC, vaccines do not cause autism. A report from the Institute of Medicine produced for the CDC in 2011, out of 8 different vaccines given to children, they were extremely safe with rare exceptions. The number of diseases cured and eradicated due to vaccines is amazing. According to the CDC, there are at least 14 diseases that we need no longer worry about because of the safe use of vaccines. Polio is a crippling and deadly disease cured by vaccines. Some of the other diseases cured by vaccination include tetanus, the flu, hepatitis A and B, rubella, measles, whooping cough or pertussis, mumps, chickenpox, and diphtheria. Now we'll discuss the potential negative effects of vaccines. The history of vaccines states that although vaccines are designed to protect from disease, they can cause some uncomfortable side effects. For the majority, the side effects of vaccination are mild. It's extremely rare that serious side effects occur, but when they do, they may include seizure or allergic reactions. The Food and Drug Administration, or FDA, have systems in place to monitor and analyze reported adverse effects and determine if they occur from vaccination. When people decide to get vaccinated, the healthcare professionals provide them with a handout known as a Vaccine Information Statement, or VIS, which describes common side effects related with the vaccine they're receiving. In an article on Scientific American, they ask why vaccines cause any side effects. Well, just like any other medication, there's always a risk of a vaccine causing an adverse reaction. This information should not come as a surprise, being that every individual has different genetic makeup, immune deficiencies, and environmental exposures that all contribute to how a body reacts to any medication or vaccine. The government of Western Australia has a chart comparing the effects of a disease and the side effects of the vaccine. In every disease listed, the effects of the disease range from mild discomfort to death. But in the case of those that were vaccinated, the side effects were extremely mild compared to the disease. Finally, in conclusion, vaccination really does have more benefits than most people understand. I hope the information I have provided today has educated some. I've focused on what vaccines are, what their benefits are, the common misconceptions surrounding them, and finally we discussed the potential negative side effects. Vaccination has eradicated so many diseases throughout history, it should be an easy decision to get yourself or your loved ones vaccinated. There was a survey done by the University of Texas in 2015 asking whether or not the government should require vaccines. A whopping 75% of people stated yes. If you decide not to get vaccinated, you take the risk of getting a serious disease and infecting others.